Welcome to the channel. I have literally just walked through the door, and after a good sort of 2 hours and 45 minutes on the trails in one of these Hoka shoes, and whilst I was running, I had the idea of doing this video. Basically, I wanted to do a quick comparison video, and I'll try and be as brief as possible because I've done quite a descriptive videos on each of these shoes in previous reviews. So today will just be a very quick review, comparison between each one, how I use them, where they fit in, and kind of which ones worked and which one didn't really work because I've got slightly wider feet. So kicking things off here with the Hoka EVO JAWZ. Now this is a seriously fun shoe. You can probably see here it's pretty muddy, pretty dusty, but we have some awesome tread. So basically this weighs in roughly about just over 200 grams for a US size 9. Starting from the bottom, it has 6mm lugs. It has a nice Pro-Fly midsole with a Vibram Mega Grip and a sort of a thin, very thin upper here, sort of a Kevlar sort of upper. And yeah, it's really, really lightweight, super grippy, and ideal for those sort of much shorter runs where there's lots of mud. Fields, muddy, rivers, water, whenever there's going to be a lot of slippage, you need a lot of grip. These ones here are the ones that I would definitely go to, but only for up to about sort of up to about maybe 40, 50 minutes or maybe 5 to 10K run. Because unfortunately, as you can see, they are very tapered. Now they do fit, but I literally have to wear either no socks at all or just very, very thin socks. And because of this very tapered shoe, I can't wear this for much more than 10K probably. But for a short, fast 5K, 10K race, for a bit of fun, some fell running or just some hill sprints in the mud, this is kind of my go-to shoe because it is just very, very light and super grippy, and it just fits around your foot, just like sucks to your foot completely. I suppose the Ultra King MT is the alternative one that you'll use for this sort of the same sort of usage. But yeah, both very, very well similar. But this midsole here is quite bouncy. That Pro-Fly midsole is quite bouncy. So there we have the Hoka EVO JAWZ. That's number one, and that's the lightest one in the Hoka lineup. So next, Torrent 2. Now I was a big fan of the Torrent 1, so here I have the Torrent 2. Somehow this is still a little tiny bit narrower than the Torrent 1. I'm not sure if they changed more overlays here, more protection, but it's a great shoe. You have a lot more ground feel, nice lot of ground feel in the shoe. Again, so this one here has a 23 stack height at the heel, to 18 at the front, so it's a 5mm drop. It's slightly softer at the heel here and more responsive in the forefoot, and that was something that is slightly different from most shoes, but Hoka thought it was a good idea to keep it like that. Sort of multi-directional lugs on its own sort of sticky sort of outer here, which actually works really well. And as I said, this one here, you do have plenty of cushioning, but also some great ground feel too. So I was a big fan of the Hoka Torrent 1, but again, the issue for me is just it is slightly tapered. Not a big deal, and this one I can wear for longer, but it's still just a little bit tapered, and this I wouldn't really put this one on the road too much. It's not really, I don't know, because it's only got sort of 18mm at the front, and it is quite, it does feel quite minimal. There's not that much protection from the road, but on the trails, on sort of soft trails, this is a beast because it's light. This one is only about 260 grams in a USA size 9. So this is it's pretty much the second lightest. But yeah, really, really good shoe. That's the Hoka Torrent 2. Next, we have one of my favorite shoes, which is actually I was very, very surprised by, but this is the SPEEDGOAT EVO. So this is the Hoka SPEEDGOAT EVO, and it has a 32, now we're getting much more of a stack height here, 32 to 18 at the front, 32 to 28. It's a 4mm drop, so all of these are quite low drops. 5mm lugs. This is what I've just run in just now, so it's extremely muddy. 5mm lugs on a Vibram Mega Grip, and has that nice, very thin Kevlar upper. Now, again, it's tapered, but we have this elastic vamp in the middle here, and that works really, really well to expand, and it opens up. And somehow this works for me. I can actually wear this. I can actually, I've just done, as I said, 27K on lumpy trails, and it works really well. I find because it's so light, this one here, in regards to weight, This one here is, what is it? I think it's about 268 grams for a US size 9. So again, this is like super light. And that's why I'm finding that I'm going to this one here quite a lot for a go-to shoe for all sorts of different stuff. And it works really well on the road too. So yeah, I've been really impressed with the Hoka EVO SPEEDGOAT. Very, very good. And then kind of finally, which is this one here. This is the normal, actually no, this is the Hoka SPEEDGOAT 4, but in wide. So the difference between this one and the EVO is the upper. First of all, it's a little bit wider. And secondly, the upper is just, it's a different material. So it's got a few more overlays, but it's heavier. I think this one is about 320 grams. Same midsole, we have a 32 and 28 stack height, so it's a 4mm drop, 5mm lugs on the Vibram Mega Grip there. And yeah, it feels very similar. They feel very similar to the SPEEDGOAT EVO, but the SPEEDGOAT 4 and wide is just, yeah, it's, for some reason, it's that extra weight and the extra width, which is great for the toes display and the comfort, but it just has a tiny bit more clunk, but nothing really. This doesn't feel heavy. If you know, although it is a little bit heavy, it doesn't feel heavy once it's on your foot. But it just, annoyingly, because I have this, the EVO, this one does feel lighter in comparison. Although right now this is pretty wet, caked in mud. So yeah, so that was the. So if you do have wide feet and you've been using things like Ultras, I've actually, yeah, I would recommend using this one here because I find it has plenty of toe room, space to wiggle around. But the one that didn't work for me was this is actually, I think it's the old Mafati. Is this the Mafati? Yeah, so this is the old. So this one here, this didn't work for me. This is the old EVO Mafati. The midsole is incredible, super bouncy, amazing, but just ridiculously too tapered here. And even with some really bad sort of DIY jobs trying to cut it, thought that might help open up the toes, the room, the width. It didn't. This is just too restrictive. So there we have it. A really quick lineup. SPEEDGOAT EVO wide, sorry, SPEEDGOAT wide. That one can go out on all day, and I might be using that for my next race around the Isle of Wight, which is about 100 kilometers. The EVO here as well. I love this one. Really, really great shoe. Fast, springy, bouncy, super resilient. None of them have rock plates. They don't need to. Well, those two certainly don't need to because they have super cushion. You literally just absorbs up the ground. And I would say that you do lose a bit of ground feel in these shoes here. That's the problem with those. But with the Torrent and the EVO, I'm getting mud everywhere. You don't lose the ground feel. You do certainly feel the ground underneath you. And yeah, this is definitely ridiculously light, the JAWZ. Right, so all I've got to do now is hoover this mess up. But there we have it. So that is the Hoka lineup that I have. Yeah, I'm a big fan, huge fan. I would say I'm trying to get hold of the new Mafati Speed 3 because again that has the vapor, that has the Lycra vamp, so hopefully that can open up. So if anyone's got that, I'd be interested to know how that compares. And yeah, also let me know down below in the comments what your favourite Hoka is, whether you like them, whether you dislike them, and your thoughts, and maybe what sort of the SPEEDGOAT 5. I wonder what that would be like. That should be out fairly soon, maybe August. So yeah, we are going to be in for a treat with some new Hoka shoes. One more thing, as you can see here, this is the Dirty Runners top that I'm wearing. If anyone was watching or knows about the North Downs Wave 50 race that was last Saturday, congratulations to Ry Webb, my running coach and indeed my friend. He won it. He actually got the course record by about 32 seconds, but he's been looking for that gold for about 7 years, and this time he did it. He worked just ridiculously hard, got everything, nutrition, hydration, sodium levels all on point, and he did a fantastic job. So Ry, well done. Right, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and like and share, and get many more videos like this. Right, see you soon. Take care. Bye.